Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Music Den. I'm your host Armando Venditti, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. And that you're looking after yourselves and one another, because that's the most important thing. In this episode, I'm going to be doing another top five album ranking, and I was trying to pick a band that I wanted to talk about, one that I hadn't spoken of before. And then it hit me. I knew who I was going to talk about. The band is Nazareth. Now, Nazareth are a four-piece band. Were a four-piece band in the beginning, I believe. They formed in December of 1968 in Dunfermline, Scotland, consisting of Dan McCafferty on vocals, Manny Charlton on guitar and production, Pete Agnew on bass and backing vocals, and Daryl Sweet on drums and percussion. Now, there's a lot that can be said about Nazareth. They are, and again, I don't mean this in a bad way, they are your basic ass shaking meat and potatoes rock band. Heavy drums, heavy rhythm on the bass, heavy rhythm guitar, and a lot of use of slide guitar, courtesy of Mr. Manny Charlton. Fantastic, fantastic. Dan McCafferty's vocal style, he had a really raspy, whiskey drenched vocal style, but he could shriek like no one's business and harmonize like there was no tomorrow. Unfortunately, out of the original band, they are still touring today, but unfortunately, out of the original band, Pete Agnew, bass player, is the only remaining member left alive. Dan McCafferty passed away on November 8th, 2022. He had retired from the band for health reasons. Daryl Sweet passed away years ago, I believe in the 90s. And Manny Charlton passed away, and I believe it was 2016. They have released a string of albums. They are still touring today. Lee Agnew is in the band along with Pete Agnew. For the purposes of this episode, I have reduced my list down to five of my favorite albums. And with your patience and my indulgence, I'm going to give you this list. Okay? And this list, guys, was not easy to put together. I swear to God, it was really difficult. And just because these albums come in at a lower number does not mean that there's something wrong with them. It's just when you do these lists, they have to go somewhere, right? So coming in at number 5 is the debut. Again, released in 1971. It right out of the gate, it's balls to the wall rock. Heavy drumming, heavy guitar, really high pitched shrieking harmony vocals from Dan McCafferty. Amazing. The album starts off with Witch Doctor Woman. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Really heavy track. Just there's no other way to describe it. The other tracks of note on this album are Red Light Lady, which ends off side 1. Now, Red Light Lady, sorry, you can imagine who is singing about. There's a section of the song there's a breakdown. And then Dan McCafferty comes in very soft, very low, very sweet on the vocal. And then the music picks up again on the end, like towards the ending. It's a build up. It's a very, big build up. And you can hear symphonic strings on the track. And the track builds and builds and builds and builds to the end. And Dan McCafferty does an overdub of shrieking harmony vocals that is just beautiful. The track is only just like under 4 minutes long, but to me, it's like a mini symphony. Like, I love this track. When I first heard it, it knocked the shit out of me. I swear to God, like, no word of a lie. The centerpiece of this album for me is their cover of Morning Dew. Now, this track clocks in at just over 7 minutes. Comes in with the bass drum and the bass guitar, just, really pounding bass rhythm, along with the rhythm guitar. And it just keeps going along steadily all through the track. And Dan McCafferty's vocals come in very low, but very sort of determined and menacing. Okay. And the rhythm doesn't let up until the very end. It's just amazing. And Manny Charlton delivers a harmony guitar piece. Sorry, it's been a long day, guys. A harmony guitar piece that is just brilliant. I can just hear it in my head right now as I'm describing it. To me, Morning Dew is the centerpiece of the record. Even though it's on side 2, it's near the end. It is amazing. And again, because it comes in at number 5 doesn't mean that it's a bad album. Okay. Coming in at number 4 is Razamanaz. Released in 73. Razamanaz is one of 2 studio albums that they released in 73. So they were quite busy. This was the album that basically took off for them. And it starts off with Razamanaz. Amazing. I first heard this track on the first Greatest Hits album, the one with the gold lettering of Nazareth on the front, from 1975. I first heard this album, the Greatest Hits album, in the 90s, and I just was like, what the hell is this? Razamanaz as a track starts off right out of the gate, chugging guitars, heavy drums, heavy bass guitar, just really good rhythm, and it doesn't let up. And Dan McCafferty delivers a vocal that is just mind-blowing, just really guttural. The next track of note on the album is Alcatraz, which is the second track on the album. It's a cover, and it's just a beautiful arranged track. A lot of harmony guitar on this track and heavy drums. The next track of note on this album, again, I heard this on the Greatest Hits album, Woke Up This Morning. And beautiful slide guitar delivery from Manny Charlton, just amazing on the intro. And then it goes into the chugging rhythm guitar, and the drums kick in, and it's like, holy shit, this is amazing. And then Dan McCafferty comes in on the vocal, and it's brilliant. I mean, the lyrics like, woke up this morning, my dog was dead. Someone shot him in the head, just, I mean, the subject matter. I mean, it's talking about the guy's talking about how his neighbors don't want him around. They kill his dog, they blow up his house or burn down his house. He's like, I think I'd just move on. Yeah, I would too, actually, if I got that kind of treatment. Other songs of note are Night Woman, and which is another fantastic track. And the album ends with Broken Down Angel. Just a nice mid-tempo piece. And every song that Dan McCafferty sings on is heartfelt. It is gut-wrenching, because he just throws himself into every vocal that he does, every phrasing, everything. It's just him. It is authentic. You can't beat that. It's unreal, and it's fantastic. That's number 4. Coming in at number 3 is their second release of 73, Loud and Proud. As you can tell, fantastic art, cover art for the release. The beautiful peacock with his wings, his tail spread open, just amazing. Sorry, wings. Sorry, his tail spread open and the colors. This album is fantastic. And this was at a time where there were bands that were releasing 2 albums a year, like Queen did it, David Bowie did it, and again, most of the bands that were signing record deals, and again, at this point, they were signed to A&M Records. The deals they signed stipulated, that they had to release 2 albums a year and a single every 30 days. So you had to keep pumping out the hits, like you really did, and the music. Getting back to the album Loud and Proud, notable songs on this is their cover of This Flight Tonight by Joni Mitchell. Now, it's got to be said, Nazareth did do a lot of covers. Excuse me. I'm going to take a sip of my iced tea. Just one moment, please, guys. Indulge me, please. That's better. Nazareth were known for their covers. I mean, like they would do 2 or 3 covers an album sometimes, on one album, I should say, sorry. And Loud and Proud is no different. Honestly, this cover of Joni Mitchell's This Flight Tonight, which she did on Blue from 71. What was unique about Nazareth with doing covers, they wouldn't just how can I put this? They wouldn't just do a straight copy of the track that they were covering. They would do a different arrangement of it. Like, for example, This Flight Tonight, the original is more very acoustic based. Okay. This cover of This Flight Tonight by Nazareth, it is a rocker. It is heavy drumming. It is chugging rhythm guitar, and that the rhythm section goes all through the track on the rhythm guitar, and the bass section, bass part, sorry, just keeps going all through the track, and it's just amazing. This is the first. This was the version I first heard of the song from the Greatest Hits. Beautiful song, and the way it ends is the bass and the rhythm guitar just keep going along on the same rhythm piece until the song fades out. But it's a heavy track. It's fantastic. Other songs of note on Loud and Proud are Go Down Fighting. Again, Dan McCafferty delivers a really heartfelt vocal that is really impassioned. He really believes in what he's singing. Turn on Your Receiver is a great just boogie track. I'm sorry, all these tracks can be considered ass-shaking boogie songs, and it's true. The last song of note is the last track on the album, the Bob Dylan cover of the Ballad of Hollis Brown. 9 minute and change. This version of it, the music, the backing track stays the same. The rhythm stays the same all through the track. As Dan McCafferty, as you get towards the end of the track, his intensity on his vocal delivery builds and builds and builds, and a lot of overdubs and guitar. It's just menacing, and it is brilliant, like unreal. Okay. Now, my number 2 and 1 were going to possibly be switched, but I decided to keep this the way it is, and I am standing by it. Number 2 is Close Enough for Rock and Roll. released in 76. This is a good album. The side one alone is just amazing. Starts off with the 7-minute telegram with the 4 sections. On your way. So you want to be a rock and roll star. Sound check, and here we are again. Now, it's just brilliant. It is. It is a searing look at what Nazareth and other bands in there, that were touring at the time, that do happen to be on the touring album tour cycle, and what they go through. You get up in the morning, you got to catch a plane, you arrive at your destination, whatever city you're in, go to the hotel, try and get some breakfast, depending when you land, and then you have to go to sound check and meet the press, possibly before the show, and then you're on stage. And here we are again, folks. We're singing songs for you, and we're happy, and we're delivering what you want us to deliver, and all that stuff. It's grueling, and this song delivers that perfectly. It discusses it perfectly. They did perform the first 3 parts of this track in concert, and this track, Telegram, the first 3 parts, On Your Way, So You Want to Be a Rock and Roll Star, and Sound Check, appear on their live album from 81, Snaz, which I do have the vinyl version, by the way. Other songs of note on this album are the instrumental Vicky. Great track. Beautiful acoustic piece. I love it. Homesick Again. Another great track. I mean, I love Dan McCafferty's vocals. I really do. I love his phrasing. Carry Our Feelings, which is one of the more popular tracks on the album, but it's melodic as all hell. I mean, it works. It works on all levels. The other track of note on the album is Loretta, about a well-experienced woman. I won't say it what, but a woman that knows how to handle herself, and her only concern is her. So you better watch out. So that's number 2. Coming in at number 1 is Hair of the Dog. Released in 1975. This is considered to be, I'm home alone, so I think someone's in the house, but they're not. Hair of the Dog is considered to be Nazareth's breakthrough hit album. Okay. Just amazing. Just an amazing album. Starts off with the title track. I mean, it talks about like this guy's telling this woman that's trying to come on to him, like, you know what, I've been warned about you. I'm not so blind I can't see. Time's come to pay your dues. I mean, and in the chorus, now you're messing with this son of a bitch. I mean, what's not to love about that song? I mean, and I do believe that it is Dan McCafferty that uses the talk box, in the middle section. But it's a fantastic song. It's just, and looking at the cover, with the wolves looking straight at the camera, Obviously, it's a drawing, obviously, but it's a menacing cover. They This band has a knack. Sorry, I don't want to say habit. Has a knack of starting their albums with out of the gate, go for the throat rockers, and Hair of the Dog is no different. Other songs of note on the album are Miss Misery, which again, he's telling whoever it is to stay the hell away from him because he has no time or patience for her bullshit. Pardon my language, but there you go. Other songs that are fantastic on the album is the instrumental Rose of the Heather. Beautiful acoustic piece, just wonderful. 2 minutes of bliss, in my opinion. And the album ends with the 9-minute track, Please Don't Judas Me. And the arrangement on it, it's a different arrangement, very percussive, very, I don't want to say Middle Eastern, but sort of Indian type of influences. I guess you could say Middle Eastern influences. Fantastic way to end the album, and very intricate in its performance, in its execution. A great way to end the album, as I said. So that's my list. I'll read it off to you again. Number 5, the debut from 71. Number 4, Razmanaz from 73. Number 3, Loud and Proud from 73 also. Number 2 is Close Enough for Rock and Roll. And number 1, Hair of the Dog. So that is my list. It's not, it's just an opinion. Please, down below, down there, let me know what you think of Nazareth. Do you like Nazareth? Do you not like Nazareth? Do you think that, they were the best thing since sliced bread or not? Let me know what you think. And please click like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell for any new content that I may have coming up. And I will have new content coming up. I will be doing a show with Bill Schuster in a few weeks. We're doing a Steely Dan album ranking, and we will finally be doing, possibly also with Ryan Gavalier, because Ryan's really busy, as is Bill Schuster. We will finally be doing the Pink Floyd album ranking, which is going to be a long show because they have 15 albums, and we're going to be doing all of them. So, and I also will be doing a show coming up with Peter Kent from the Lizard King channel. Please check out the Lizard King channel. We'll be taping a show August 4th, which will be airing August 6th. And we'll be having a discussion on Kiss, Harder Than Hell. So, again, that's it for now. Hopefully you guys are having a good night. You're looking after yourselves and one another. And I will see you very soon. Bye for now.